you believe in the commentator's curse?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to F1 Tonight Netherlands. This is Season 7, round number 14, the Italian Grand Prix. I'm your host, as always, Daniel Hazzah Burt, and joining me, as always, he's simply the best, better than all the rest. It's Adrian Stats Rich. How are you, sir?
Very, very well, thank you. Lovely to be here, and thank you for comparing me to Tina Turner.
Absolutely, absolutely, just as pretty. Right, let's have a look then at the standings here following last week's Belgian Grand Prix. It's all the same at the top. Boy Williamson leading the way for Ferrari with 254 points. Then it's Nicky Vesta for Toro Rosso, still in second there, 240 points for Toro Rosso. Then Sildervit up one place, he's on 126 for McLaren in third. Bazenbain just down one spot there on 120 for Alfa Romeo in fourth. Then we've got his teammate Damien Hartman behind him in fifth. Sander Hermans in the second Ferrari is sixth. Marcel joining in the Red Bull, seventh. John Donkor for Toro Rosso is eighth. Guido Urshan in the second Red Bull, ninth. Ari Kopp still holding on to that top 10 spot there with 35 points for Williams. Aston Eagle Miz, 11th with 32. He's slowly gaining on the Williams. And it's Paul Correa at one place for Mercedes in 12th. He's on 19 points now. Nisha Madison down a place then in that case, down to 13th for McLaren. Koen Schipper's up 6 places after his first points scoring finish last week in Belgium. He's 14th with 15 points. Niels Eekman down one place with 13 points for Haas in 15th. Mark Schappers, of course, also tumbling down a bit now. He's in the Renault in 16th. Marty Cooper as well, down a place for Williams in 17th. Brady Bavane scores again last week. He's in the Haas in 18th. Peter Phillip down 2 places in the Renault, 19th now for him. And Miguel Torni still P20 in the Mercedes. So, a bit of a... Boy Williamson starting to stretch out a bit of a lead now, isn't he?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, he's effectively 2 wins ahead of Nicky. What I mean by that is Nicky will have to win twice, and Boy can finish second, and that'll be the 14-point deficit made up. But yeah, he's starting to gain a bit of momentum, and that is crucially important, especially at this sort of we're past the halfway point of the season now, into the final third, and yeah, momentum is exactly what he needs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you say, it's still easy to come back if Boy were to win all the races. Of course, it's not that big of a gap if he doesn't finish in the points or finishes a bit further down. But that gap still, in terms of the two halves of the championship, you've still got that going on. I always say it every single week with like a stuck record, but it just it just has kind of stuck like that now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and you always find that with these championships. You know, the cream always rises to the top. And that is what we're seeing here with the likes of Boy and Nicky. They are just the most consistent. You know, arguably they are 2 of the quickest drivers in the league. I don't know whether they are the 2 quickest, you know, pound for pound, but they are certainly the most consistent. And yeah, the table reflects that.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, looking at that second half of the championship, they're 11th down to 20th. You've got Aston Eagle Mears now slowly closing up on Ari Kopp. I really hope he can stay in 10th. But I think, Aston Eagle Mears and his teammate Kuhn Skippers, Kuhn obviously jumping up 6 places now after that good finish last week, that 3rd place he took at Belgium. Obviously, they've got quite a bit of momentum, haven't they, at Racing Point from their debut, really.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic results from the Racing Point boys so far. They're already on 47 points collectively. They've only had, 3 races? Races? Yeah. And with Kuhn Skippers on the podium as well in only his third Grand Prix. That was absolutely fantastic drive from him. Expect those two to certainly be in the top 10, unfortunately, for Ari.
Yeah, indeed. And then it's still, as it is, as it has been for most of the season, it's still close, isn't it, down that bottom end as well. Paul Quarret down to the back of the grid.
Yeah, and it's in that sort of bottom section. You find the drivers that they might have the raw pace, but they can't maintain any sort of consistency. And while they, some of them may be qualifying very well, it's the race where you score the points, and if you don't finish, then you don't score. So, yeah, you have lots of drivers that are sort of grouped together on the sort of very few points. But any one of them is more than capable of scoring well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the exciting thing about all the drivers. Really, doesn't matter where they are, they can still achieve some good results. Let's have a look then at the Constructors' Championship following last week's race. Ferrari still leading the way at the moment with 355 points. Toro Rosso now into the 300-point barrier. They're 314 points now in second. Alfa Romeo there, 239 points. They're third. It's McLaren in fourth with 142. Red Bull in fifth with 124. Racing Point sixth place now with 47 points. That puts Williams down 1 place. They're now in seventh with 41 points. Mercedes up a place after Paul's good finish last week. They're in 8th place now, 20 points for them. Haas down a place in that case, 17 points for them in 9th. And Renault now the bottom of the grid since last week with 10 points in 10th place. Obviously, a bit of a stretch on this side of the championship in terms of points between teams. Toro Rosso is still kind of on Ferrari's heels a bit, but Ferrari's starting to edge out as we see in the Drivers' Championship, and of course that second half still much closer than the top 5.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and the Ferrari drivers being obviously Boy Williamson leading the championship, and Sander Hermans I think he's in 6th place.
Yeah.
And the Toro Rossos, Nicky Visser and John Donkel, I think they're 2nd and 7th, respectively. Those two, sort of leading away in the constructors. You've got sort of Alfa Romeo out on their own. There's a bit of a gap at both sides of third place. And then you've got another little battle brewing as well between McLaren and Red Bull further down.
Indeed, yeah, and of course Red Bull and McLaren in a really close fight at the moment. We'll see if anything changes after tonight's race. And like you say, yeah, Alfa Romeo started, of course, really strong this season. Have sort of got on the back foot a bit in this latter stage, and that's why they're sort of on their own a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, just a bit. And we keep talking about consistency, but that does seem to be something that affects the Red Bull drivers, the older Red Bull drivers, somewhat more than the younger McLaren guys. Still a bit in the Nishay Mahadra's thing. You often find that those two, the two Red Bulls, once they start getting some poor results, it's almost like they're thinking about previous results while they're racing this race, and that's absolutely not the right way to be scoring again.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never find your flow if you're still sort of dwelling on the things that have happened.
Yeah, certainly, probably one of the trickiest things to overcome as a driver is that sort of mentality of moving on from the last race.
It's a skill in itself.
Yeah, indeed. Let's have a look then at the track the drivers will be racing around today. Of course, a temple of speed. I don't know what I was going to try and say there, but we got it out at the end. The Autodromo Nazionale Monza. And I spelled it Monaz, so we'll call it that for the rest of the night.
Okay, cool.
Circuit length for today, 5.793 kilometres, with a race length of 306.72. And 53 laps around this circuit today. Sector 1 then takes us from the start-finish straight all the way through the first Variante del Rettifiglio. through 1 and 2, round the Curva Grande, and then up to the second chicane, of course named the Variante della Regia, through 4 and 5, and then round the Lesmos. There's 2 of them there, but they're named as one here, Curva di Lesmo. That's through 6 and 7. Then down to Curva del Seraglio. I'm loving this. All these Italian names. It's great. Down that back straight. Obviously, it's not really named when we describe it in the sort of commentary perspective, but that is what it's called. That takes you down then to, of course, the infamous Ascari corner there through 8, 9, and 10. Great complex of 3 turns there. Very tricky over a race lap. Then down to the humongous straight. Takes all the way down to the final corner. Turn 11 there. Curva Parabolica. Round that final long winding right-hander across the start-finish line again. The first detection point for DRS is in between the 2 Desmos there, between 6 and 7, and that activates down the sort of first of the 2 back straights there, split by Ascari. The second detection point activates just before turn 11, the Parabolica, and then activates down the start-finish straight with a speed trap there just before turn 1, of course, when you're going to be fastest on the track. So what are your thoughts on Monza?
I love it. Love driving it. Love watching it. It's it's stereotypically the easiest circuit on the calendar. With I think they're at full throttle for more than 75% of the of a lap.
Yeah.
But it's very easy to drive, but very difficult to master and get those very, very fast lap times in comparison to your rivals. It's drivers may think that they're in with the chance of pole position here because it is such an easy circuit, but unfortunately it's easy for everyone.
Yeah, of course, the toe being very powerful here, isn't it? So
big time.
We'll see if the teams are working together and indeed trying to steal some slipstream off other drivers during qualifying today. One track that I struggle with in terms of ERS management in particular around here, of course, it's a track with not much braking and a lot of full power. So it's a tricky one to manage in my opinion.
Yes, yeah, this is one of those circuits where you have to keep fiddling with the ERS all the time. So as your speed increases, you drop the ERS modes down to reduce the power usage as you approach your sort of terminal velocity, and then bring it up again once your speed drops. That's really the only way to keep the ERS levels high enough to make attacks or make overtakes. This circuit, because as soon as you drop to no ERS, you are absolutely a sitting duck. You'll only be doing 185 miles an hour by the end of by the start of turn 1, whereas people around you will be doing 200, 205, 210 miles an hour with ERS up to 5 and DRS active as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely a more technical track than it appears at first sight, compared to other tracks where there's a lot of corners going on, a lot of fast corners, slow corners, whatever. But this track looks fairly simple, but actually isn't from inside the cockpit.
Yeah, there's quite a few layers to this onion.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look then at the live circuit, if we may. If you're okay, I'll just transition us over to the same screen again. 1 second, let me just hide that away. If you could take us over to who's on track, Adrian.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. I'll run through the drivers now then. Steele DeVitt and Nisha Bhadra Singh, the 2 McLaren drivers, they are both here tonight, thankfully. Bobby Williamson and Sander Hermans in the two Ferraris, both here defending. Basden Brian and Damien Hartman in the Alfa Romeos, both present. Aston Eaglemeers and Koen Skippers, who got his first podium, as we said, last week. They're both here in the Racing Points. Guido Urshan and Marcel Droenig, they're both here in the league owner John Donkel in the Toro Rossos, they are both here as well. Paul Correa and Miguel Torni, both representing Mercedes, they're here tonight. Neil Ziekma and Barry Deeperveen, they are both here as well. Peter Phillips and Mark Stappers, both in the Renaults, they're both here tonight. And Martin Pardecuper and Ari Kopp are both here in the Williams, which means then that we have a full grid for the first time in F1 in F1 tonight, Netherlands, for season 7.
Yeah, awesome. Very, very good indeed. 20 drivers should make this an exciting race, hopefully. And there we go,
Mark
on the
Staffers,
screens.
I believe, was or is suffering a back start tonight. Yes, he was. I think he went out before anybody else did. I haven't actually got an official report of that, but that's my assumption.
Yeah. Yeah, just looking at the interval here from the leader, still a bit on typical qualifying pace form at the moment. 4/10, almost 5/10 ahead of the championship leader, and then down from there it's 6/10, 7/10. There's quite a bit of a gulf, isn't there, between sort of the paces here today?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know we always say, well, this is Q1, so they don't really sort of try so hard. But, you know, we have got a full grid. With 4 drivers here, will drop out. So, yeah, drivers should be trying somewhat.
Yeah.
But yeah, there will always be a bit of a bigger gulf in Q1 as than there will be in the other qualifying sessions. It'll be interesting to see how close Q3 is between the top 10.
Yeah, definitely will. This will be an exciting qualifier, I'm sure. And, do you know, have we got a weather report for all of quali?
It hasn't come to me yet. I have requested it. I do not have it. It's because I haven't opened my phone. It says 1 drip. I'll read it out as it is. 1 drip.
Yeah.
All qualifying sessions. Jeff just said clear in 10 minutes. Race all dry.
Okay, so we're getting a slight drip of rain in all of quali. We think, and then dry race.
Yeah, although the rain has stopped right now, as John said, he said it will be clear. That may come into play in the other qualifying sessions. If it does start with a wet track and suddenly dry up with 2 or 3 minutes remaining, yeah, you may find that some drivers there will be in with a big opportunity for a very high grid position if they go out as late as they possibly can.
Yeah, Miguel Torney being one of them now, coming around Parabolica. He's obviously driven most of this lap in the dry, if not all of it, on the soft tyre. He's coming around the final couple of parts of the track now, up to P2. So there you go. So he's through to Q2.
And that's not Peter Phillips. Peter Phillips is out of this session. He is P16, and that's where he'll be starting in the grid, so he won't go through to Q2.
Yeah, he was just in. We've got Marcel droning down the back straight. He's going slowly, so unfortunately he couldn't finish the lap there. Damien Hartman's still going. I think he's probably well, no, he's still in like mode 5, so perhaps he's still going. I did see him a second down though on his fastest time. No, I think he's called it a day with that one. Yeah, I think that's probably one of my favourite scenarios for quali is when you get that change of weather right at the end, and you could see some unlikely names in the top 10.
That's exactly how I qualified 5th at Belgium last season.
Yeah.
was because of the weather.
Mm-hmm. All the drivers then returning to the pits, the others retiring. Move on to Q2. There's one car still out on track. Who's that? Looks like Miguel Torney still going around, doing some celebratory laps there with his P2. So there we go then, Q1 complete. Damien Hartman, the man on top at the moment for Alfa Romeo on the soft tyre, 1:24.6 for him. Then it's Miguel Torney in the Mercedes, 2nd place. Brady Plain in the Haas is 3rd. Sildervit for McLaren, 4th. Marcel Droning in the Red Bull is 5th. Boy Williamson for Ferrari is 6th. His teammate Zander Hermans behind him in 7th. Then it's Baz Brain in the Alfa Romeo, 8th. Aston Eagle Miz for Racing Point, 9th. Guido Urshan for Red Bull, 10. In 11th place, it's Kuhn Skippers in the Racing Point. 12th is Nicky Visser in the Toro Rosso. Paul Correa is 13th for Mercedes. John Donkel for Toro Rosso, 14th. And Nils Ekman for Haas's 15th. Peter Philip and other drivers retiring there. I can't say all their names fast enough. There was Peter Philip, Mark Stappers, Mars. Nope, he's in. Who else? Who have we lost? Ari,
the two
Ari Kopp,
two Williams,
Martin, Parker Cooper.
Yeah.
So that's 4. There's one more.
And you say Mark Stappers?
Yeah.
Stappers, Phillips, Kopp, Parker Cooper, and someone else. Oh, who is it?
Oh, Niche.
Niche, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Let's spot the difference. So Q2 underway, starting dry then, it looks like, at least. Calls for strategy, Master Adrian.
Black tyres.
Roger that. Angel.
Yes, ideal strategy for the race itself. Avoid the hard tyre at all costs. It is pretty much useless here, even though it's only a second or just over a second slower than the soft tyre. You actually don't need to use it because you can really push the softs and the medium tyres sort of far beyond the limits what you normally can on other circuits. You can get them up to 65-70% here without losing too much time. Versus the hard tyres. So yeah, I would certainly recommend soft and medium would be the ideal strategy, pitting in around lap 23, 24 or so off the soft tyre onto the mediums to the end of the race. You can do a one stop here quite easily on those. The two stop strategy isn't that much slower, it's only about a second slower. The soft to medium, it's quite an aggressive strategy. You can push those tyres harder, but because there aren't actually very many corners here that actually require a lot of mechanical grip, it doesn't really wear out the tyres, so you can push as hard as you like and it's not really gonna burn them out so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few options available to drivers. Yeah, I would certainly say anyone who goes onto the hard tyre will have a hard time of this.
Very good.
Prix. Very good.
So you think definitely a 2-stop?
No, not definitely 2-stop. 1-stop is easy.
Is there,
the 2-stop is very easy.
Yeah.
But slightly unnecessary. But it just depends on sort of what happens to drivers in the race. I think all drivers will plan for a 1-stop, and then if they get damaged, they know that it's not the end of the world because they can just come in for another set of softs, and it won't ruin any strategy that they had. They'll just be a bit further back with the extra stop.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what the drivers decide at the moment. Most of them here choosing to start on the mediums. A lot of the guys right at the top at the moment. First, second, fourth and fifth, all on the soft, as well as Miguel Torni and Guido Urshan at the moment.
Yeah, you're better off starting on the medium tyre if you can. But it just depends on how many other drivers are choosing to do the same, because if everyone's going on the softs, it's going to be difficult to get into that top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it's often you see it sometimes where everyone decides to go on the medium and then one person will decide to go on the soft at the end to try and get in top 10, and it's just a domino effect of all the other drivers then. Yeah. Right, I've got to go out again on the soft. Right now though, it's Koenschipper's in the top spot, 120.3 for him on the softs. Nice gap there to Guido Urshan in the Red Bull, that's 7/10 between those guys. Yellow in Sector 3, Sildavits lost it. Down the back straight X thing, Ascari, that looks like. That's an M plate gone from his front wing.
If there's one turn of death on this circuit, it is Ascari. We will see some incidents there. It's quite a good one for the spectators, actually. It's most expensive seats at this circuit.
Yeah.
Or at Ascari for that reason.
Yeah, that and the exit of the exit of both chicanes,
Yes.
as well as the exit of the second Lesmo as well, if you get wide enough onto the gravel. But yeah, Ascari is going to be a #1 crash zone tonight.
Absolutely. Ascari named after Alberto Ascari, of course. Do you know he was a double world champion? Do you know what years he won the championship? What would you estimate?
What would I estimate? Yes. 58.
Not far off.
And 61.
It was a bit earlier than that, actually. Then it was 52 and 53 consecutively. I think he was more than 40 years old when he won the first one.
Oh, fair play. That's good going. Yeah, I was trying to think when F1 actually started, because I know he was obviously one of the first.
1950 was the first Formula 1 championship season.
Oh damn, that RPM glitch, very nice for the ears. Hopefully, I don't suppose you can just check on your phone, Adrian, if we've got game sound. I rewatched the stream from Belgium, and you could barely hear the cars for some reason. But I'm definitely indicating sound on OBS here, so hopefully we have got some volume for the cars.
I am pleased to confirm the game sound is perfect.
Fantastic. Let's take a board with Miguel Torni as he comes through, as he just exits the sky there, down the back straight. Enters Parabolica. Oh, there's so much time to gain around this last corner, I just can never find it. In terms of sort of the entry, I find that the entry to the corner is the most important part for turn 11, and then just stopping the car from drifting out wide, getting your foot down.
Yeah, it's very, it's very tempting, Parabolica, to floor the accelerator a bit too soon, and while it might not actually spin the car out, you can drift very very wide and invalidate your lap there as well, which is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you're aware, Dan, they've actually reduced the height of the curb in relation to last season's or the F1 18 game. That green sausage curb on the exit of Ascari is a little bit shallower. Oh, okay. In this game? Yes. Yeah, no, I hadn't noticed. I wish they'd bring the curbs down at the chicanes. Yeah. They're pretty monstrous. Speaking of big curbs, of course, we're off to Singapore next week. For round 15. One of my least favourite round of the season. Oh, don't be like that, then. As a driver. Oh, right. As a commentator, absolutely love it. Yeah, as someone, when I'm driving, when I'm doing a season, I look forward to getting past Belgium, and then I'm getting past Hungary and Belgium. I'm like, right now, we're on the home stretch, and I like most of the tracks after the summer break as well. Fair enough. Marcel Droning and John Donkel still yet to set a time here. Marcel just coming round Parabolica now. I'll stick on board with him for a hot lap of Monza. He comes down the main straight then into the very, very heavy braking zone of turn 1. That chicane, easy to cut the corner here and invalidate your hot lap. Gets a bit wide on exit. Thanks for a difficult time getting the power down out of 2, but not too bad. Round then Curva Grande into the second Variante, the second chicane here. Great pace to overtake. Obviously, we saw Spin Bastion go around there in 2018 into the first of 2 Lesmos. These corners not very fun if you haven't got any front wing. Nice down into 4th gear through the second Lesmo. DRS now enabled down the first half of the back straight underneath the old circuit. Back up the hill into Ascari. Nice and easy in here, down to 5th. Then through, beautifully done there.
Obviously easy to lose that back end as you come out of the exit, turn 10. Then down the back straight again. Looking to break, at least in my eyes, where the curb used to be in 2018. Obviously it's gone now, so I don't know where I break anymore. round Parabolica he comes. Pretty smooth lap there. It comes across with a 121.8. Puts in P11. It's just outside. Oh, that's temptingly close to P10 and being safe there. Donkel's still
only,
not coming
only
out.
2 or 3 blinks of an eye behind.
Yeah. It's crazy when you think about it. It's funny thinking about the gaps in Formula 1, and then you think about it in you know, when you apply it to real life, like a second is nothing. But when you're in a racing car, it's like, oh, he's miles behind. He's a second back. I've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, it's all perspective, isn't it?
Yeah, tenths and seconds. So John Donkel, the only one yet to pop out of the pit. Perhaps waiting just for all of the rubber to be laid down, get the grippiest lap possible.
One thing you don't want in Formula 1 is for the surface to be dusty.
No, of course. Of course not. Perfect for horse racing, of course. The surface is dusty.
That wasn't a line, by the way, I just wanted to say it.
What, the surface is dusty? I've still got Marcel Droney up there, sorry, that's not him. We're now on board with Miguel Tornes. He comes back into the pits. And no sign yet of Mr. Donkel. I feel like I'm bird spotting. I'll wait for the leisure spotted Donkel to pop out. Here he comes. And he's out. And they're off. As is everybody else. Starting to jump out now, the last shootout here. Of course, we saw last year that big balls up between everybody, trying to get a tow, and then I think only 2 drivers crossing the line with time to go.
Yeah, that was quite farcical. I think one of the most farcical things I've ever seen in Formula 1. I've been watching for nearly 30 years.
Yeah, it was pretty silly. Passing Bain on a hot lap at the moment though, in the Alfa Romeo. He's up by the looks of it. As the sun starts to beat down on the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. It's definitely the summer track, isn't it, Monza?
Oh yeah.
Well, when you think summer in Formula 1, it's Monza, right?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't actually really seen many wet races at Monza. None that actually sort of spring to memory.
What, in terms of in-game or real life?
No, in real life.
Oh, come on. 2008?
Oh, that season.
Mr. Vettel wins for Toro Rosso. It's a classic.
It is.
Qualifying in, is it 2017? Hamilton's record-breaking pole position. I'm just listing all the best seasons going, really. 2008, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19.
You didn't like 16, then?
No, 16 was horrific.
We've got a new, got purple sector in sector 1 for Sil de Vit, currently P10. On the soft
Perfect. We'll have a look at him as he comes down. That back straight there. Into Ascari he goes. Nice and planted through there.
Everyone's now on the soft tyre, by the way.
Oh yeah, wow, it's all changed, yeah. Miguel Torney's still on the medium though, apparently. Although, I don't know if that's just a mistake on my end.
No, he actually, to be fair, it was a mistake on my end.
Round Parabolica then, across the line, and he's going to set a 120.388. Lovely stuff. Right up the bottom there of Kuhn Skippers. couple with Nicky Visser as well. He's 7 tenths up, so this is going to be another good time from Nicky.
Eaglemears has just invalidated his lap. He was on for a good one. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't on for a good one at all.
Nicky Visser there going pole. 1:20.1. Beautiful time from the man in second in the championship. And looking to have a good race tonight. Time up now then, so we'll wait for the last drivers to come around. I think we've got Marcel still on a lap here. We'll see what he can pull off. He is up a bit on my screen. And into P9. Lovely stuff. Deep vein down a tad, is he? At the moment. Lovely helmet he's got on.
Deep vein is down. This definitely won't be an improvement on that.
Yeah, into the pits now. So for now...
Boy Williamson, he is at risk of going out.
Yeah, and right now he looks like he's down, isn't he?
Yeah, not a great first sector. Very good second sector. He's the second fastest, in fact, in the sector 2. It might be enough to recover, but he set a 27.2 in the first sector. Top drivers are setting 26 zeros.
Yeah, I think he's given up unless I'm watching him in slow motion.
Yeah, that is confirmed. He has given up. That is not good news for him and brilliant news for Nicky Visser.
Yeah, 12 places now then. 12 cars will separate these guys on track when we get racing. At least at the moment, of course. It could be less, depending on where Nicky comes in Q3. That's a lot of overtaking that Boy's got to do to take the fight back to his main rival.
Yeah. And, normally we say that, it's Boy that likes to lead from the front and Nicky likes to sort of cut his way through the field. But, yeah, they're having to do the exact opposite here. Well, potentially, I know this is only Q2. Nicky isn't actually on pole at the moment.
No.
Don't know yet.
We're both rushing ahead of it, aren't we?
We're just a bit, yeah. but Boy will be starting in P13. That is confirmed.
John's AI is going out again in protest. So I want to set another lap.
What's that about?
I don't know. His AI just left. Oh, it's disappeared now.
Is that enough of this?
Yeah, right, I'm off. See you later. There we go then, Q2 complete. Nicky Visser leading the way at the moment. Impressive time from him, 1:20.1 on the soft tyre for Toro Rosso. He's first. Kuhn Skipper's in second for Racing Point. Sildervit third for McLaren. Damien Hartmann in fourth for Alfa Romeo with Zander Hermans for Ferrari fifth. John Donkor for Toro Rosso is sixth. Paul Quarry in the Mercedes P7. Guido Urshan and Marcel joining in the two Red Bulls lineup 8th and 9th. And Bodie Vane, the last man to get through to Q3. Niels Eekma, his teammate, just missing out there in 11th. Baz Den Brayen in the Alfa Romeo dropping out as well. Two big names there. Boy Williamson as well, of course. And Aston Eaglemears losing some pretty quick drivers there at the end of Q2. Miguel Torni being the last one to drop out as well in 15th for Mercedes.
Yeah, I kind of feel that was a sort of strategy error there.
Yeah.
Boy Williamson and Aston Eaglemears both set their times on the medium tyre. Perhaps didn't allow themselves enough time to get back out on the softs.
Yeah, maybe that last minute's change to soft, so a lot of drivers caught them out a bit. And they ultimately miss out here on Q3. Exciting race proposition though, of course. Fast drivers in the mix, starting from a bit further down. Some good overtaking.
Yep. Who's your call for pole position?
I'm calling. I know I'm coming across like a bit of a Racing Point fanboy lately, but I just think Kuhn Skippers has got it in him today. What about you?
Yeah, it's hard to argue against that. I'm gonna run with. I'm gonna go a little bit. I won't say left field because he's won the championship before, but I'm gonna go with Damien Hartmann for pole position.
Saucy. Well, we haven't had a 1-2 in a long time, so fingers crossed we can put it out the bag today. Team commentator.
Nicky's time though was very impressive, a 20.1 in relation to the other drivers.
Yeah, I think Skipper's being the closest to him, 2 tenths back, wasn't he? They're in Q2. Yeah, Nicky would be my backup for sure. But I think Kuhn showing some good space, some good pace there in Q1 and Q2, so I think he might just have the edge. A bit more pace left in him. You want to predict the pole time?
Pole time, I'm going to say, is a 19.6.
Ooh, damn, 5/10. Okay, nice. I'm going to say it's a 19.785.
Oh, bore off.
Can you imagine if it is though? I just think you've got to go bold with the times, because then it just looks even more impressive when you get it somehow right.
All right then, a 19.600.
Oh wow! Gone the extra mile there with the last 2 digits.
Yeah, it looks like the track's a little bit warmer. The sun is out.
Sun's out, guns out. And John Donkel, the first one to show us his guns as he comes across the line here to start his hot lap.
So John, last one out in Q2, first one out in Q3.
Yeah. You're obviously a better fan of this track. Qualified 15th last week, finished 12th. So looking better right now for a good finish tonight, hopefully.
Indeed, he's gone purple in the first sector.
Wow, he's the first man to cross it. It'd be worrying if he didn't go purple.
Koen Skippers just went purple, and then followed by Davey Hartman, who is also purple.
Copy that. We've got a Red Bull off to the side as well. It looks like not sure, Guido Werschen, I would assume that is letting people through there in in sector 2. Seeing a ball with John now as he comes around Ascari.
Sander Herman's actually fastest in the first sector now.
Oh, nice. Down into the braking zone, Parabolica.
Skippers is way ahead in sector 2.
Is he?
2/10.
Get in. John Donkel then goes purple, or goes fastest to begin with, 21. Not quite on the pace of what we saw last round. Koen Skippers at 120.6 again. He was a bit off his mark from the last session. Damien Hartman 120.6. Still quick times, of course, but not quite what we saw last. Nicky Visser as well. Way far back off his time. 7/10 slower than he did in Q2. 20.8.
Yeah. The gaps here that we're seeing with John Donkel just off in the gravel, letting the driver pass there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the gaps we're seeing here then between the times that they're setting now and what they set in Q2, that's down to the track evolution. Of course, the drivers need to do a few more laps on the on the track to lay a bit more rubber down and make it a bit extra grippy.
Yep. Yeah, indeed. Does it not carry over from Q2 then, the rubber being laid down?
I have found it to not do that. I, for a long time, believed it did, but I have to argue that it does not.
Right. Yeah, it would make sense. So John back into the pits now then.
Damien Hartman, 1/1000th slower than Koen Skippers.
Yeah.
1-2 at the moment.
Really close. Yeah, indeed. We're doing all right for now. Bob with Marcel here as he comes round Curve Grande. Turn 3. I haven't really seen much in the way of toes being given out between teammates at the moment.
No, not really. No, if there is one circuit where you normally do see that happen, it's Monza. It's very easy to do. 3 separate straights to do it on.
Did you and Jack manage to give out some toes to each other on Tuesday?
Briefly, but he was just quicker than me anyway. So
oh, okay.
I think I needed it more than he did.
Right. Down the back straight then for Marcel. See where he can put his Red Bull. He qualified 8th last week. Ended up I think did he DNF? I can't tell from the standings I've got here or the results here. It just says he was 18th, but I don't know if it was a DNF or not.
Who was that? Sorry.
Marcel Droning last week. Well, definitely a few DNFs, so I presume it probably was, given that he's down the bottom.
Yeah, we definitely had more than 2 DNFs.
Yeah.
Or
P7
one
now
DNF
for now
and
though,
that was
121.9. Definitely some time to find in that. He goes purple again now. I think that was... Well, I'm not quite sure what that was. He's going to run out of ERS pretty soon though, that's for sure. But he's gone quickest on my screen in Sector 1. I guess it's probably a lie.
Confirmed, that is a lie.
Roger that. Telling lies.
3/10 down in the middle sector on the top runners. Currently targeting a 21.0 at this pace.
Is this for Marcel?
For droning, yeah.
Good stuff. He's going to tease us though and come into the pits.
Cheeky.
Oh, very naughty. It's certainly a track where you can get more than one run in, but I think in terms of being sensible with your tyres and things, you probably just want to get 2 runs, don't you, in Q3?
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Sorry, as we've lost the... I don't know why I can't get the stream to pop back up there. My apologies. Give me 1 second. There we go. There she is.
Second fastest first sector from Sildavit, 26.083. Oh, and as I say, that Kuhn Skippers has just gone purple in the first sector as well, 25.995. First one to get under 26 seconds.
Very good.
Oh, and another one purple in the first sector, that is John Donkel. So Sildavit, Kuhn Skippers and John Donkel all on very fast laps. Sildavit fastest in the second sector as well, 26.9.
Of course, he's yet to set a lap, so this means a lot to him for this session.
It's going to be a low 20 from Sil.
And the last corner he comes then. Cross the line. 119.8.
Oh.
9.3.
Tasty.
I'm still looking at 119.785. That's alright, guys. Kuhn Skipper's next across the line. He's going to come across 120.5. Slight improvement there, but not quite enough to topple Sil's time.
Middle sector, he lost a half a second there. Sander Herman's fastest in the middle sector, and not too far off in the first either. I expect him to be a low 20. John Donker as well, 20.2.
Yeah, that's a great time.
Respectable.
He's got a bit of a toe here, Zander, from the Hass in front. 120.2 for him as well. Close between him and John. That's P3 for Zander. Nicky Visser now up to second. 20.0 for him. Time to save energy, get ready for one last flying lap.
Third fastest first sector from Damie Hartman at the moment. 26.011.
Keep an eye on him then as he comes down the... Oh, is it? He's in ERS 0 now. I think he might have given up.
Yeah, he has given up. That's odd. Oh, I think that's still... Oh, okay, he's done an extra out lap. Okay. I was looking at. Looks like Very Deeper Vein is on a lap here. He's half a second down in the middle sector though. I'm surprised he hasn't backed out and recoiled the springs for another hot lap after this. But this will be it for him because he won't have time to do another.
Yeah, especially trying to save energy. You won't be able to get around the track, will he? And get another one going. A lot of drivers in the pits, interestingly.
Yeah,
Kuhn Skipper's one of them, so that's my prediction out the window. Thanks, Kuhn. Damien Hartman's still going though at the moment, so could still be on for Mr. Rich.
It's a new personal best, first sector 25.988. God, there was a lot of drivers in the 25.9s. I think he's actually 4th fastest with that time.
I see purple in 2.
Not actually purple, but still very fast at 26.960. It's only a few thousandths off the fastest.
That was gorgeous through Ascari. Very nicely taken indeed. Down into... Sorry, Adrian, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say this certainly will be pole. This is faster than that 19.893.
Come on, 19.785. Oh, damn it.
Oh, it's not.
120.011. Mighty close between him and Nicky. Of course, those two guys fighting out last season. It's good to see them close on track again for the start of this Grand Prix. If things stay the way they are, Nicky not on a lap. He's invalidated, so that's it for him. Ondonkel and the Zonderholm and Skippers all in the pits. Paul Quarre still... No, he's coming in now. Marcel Droning also, I believe, not on a fast lap here.
No, that looks like that is pretty much this session wrapped up.
That is it, and it looks like we've lost our touch.
Well, you might have. I've still got 2.
yeah. You've done alright. You've still got 18 points. Got a measly 8. Yeah, no, fair play to Sildervit. Good time from him there, only one to get into the 119s. I guess technically I'll win for getting closest to the pole time though.
Yeah, that's not too bad. What did you say, Stefan? What?
19.785. 19.893 in the end.
Such a big improvement from the 21 zeros that we were seeing at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, it's quite impressive how much they can knock off over the time as the track, evolves. I was going to say as the track evolutions.
Evolutionizes.
Oh, there goes Nicky Visser's car there. It's It's a crash. Turn everything off. Switch off the car. It's game over. Remember that from... Was that Malaysia? When it was really raining in 2010? And Seb was having a bit of a hissy about sliding off. So there we have it then. The man in orange, Silder Vin, looking set up to win, of course. Starting from the pole position today, the 119.893 in the McLaren, then Sildervit on pole. Damien Hartman starts on the front row with him in P2 on the Alfa Romeo. Then on the second row, it's Nicky Visser and John Donkel, both Toro Rossos there. A 3-4 good job from those two to qualify in those places. Zarda Hermans in 5th for Ferrari. Koenskip was in the Racing Point 6th. And it's Paul Quarre in the Mercedes 7th. Brady Vane in the Haas is 8th. Then the 2 Red Bulls at 9th and 10th on the 5th row. Marcel Droning and Guido Ocean there together. Some nice pairings between the Red Bull family.
It's very OCD friendly, that one.
Yeah, nice. Thanks, guys. Best fans. Just apologies to the viewers as well for my desktop appearing a couple of times there. It appears when I go onto Google just to have a look at the YouTube, I lose for some reason the Xbox stream closes. I don't know why. Okay. They won't be open together. They don't work. So that's why my desktop was flashing up a couple of times there, but it's still fixed now. So a couple of minutes break then before the race.
Yes, indeed. Your thoughts on a race winner?
Well, I think it's about time Sildervit got another one. So, yep, he's the man for the win today.
That's a good call.
What about you?
I think Boy's going to pull it out of the bag from 13th. I think Nicky will be second, but I think Boy will do it. It's very easy to overtake here.
Yeah.
We more than likely will see a safety car as well at some point. And he'll be on fresh tyres, of course. Nicky will have to use his slightly worn softs, which isn't, it doesn't make much of a difference at Monza, or Monaz, as you insisted on calling it. But yeah, I think Boy has the opportunity and the ability to win this race.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would love to see Baz Brain get himself up there as well, because obviously we know him as the comeback king. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter where he is, you won't put him out of contention for that top spot. And he's had a bit of a rough patch, and I hope we can see him back up the front as well.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen Baz win a race. Actually, he's won many races in the past. Finished second in the championship on 4 separate occasions. So yeah, very competent, skilled driver. Just hasn't had a good run of form lately, and hopefully he can turn it around here. I'll say Baz for podium as well. Baz for P3.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sil.
Call the podium. Sil de Wit, Nicky Visser, Koen Skippers for third again, I reckon.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Have I just called the top 3 that how they qualified? No, have I? No, I haven't. No, because it's Nicky Visser in third and Damie. Yeah, so no. Yeah, I think that's doable.
Who's your 3 again, just for reference?
Oh, so it's Sil de Wit for the win. Sil de Wit, of course. Nicky Visser and Koen Skippers. Actually, no, I'm changing it. Third place, Aston Eagle Miz.
Okay. Where's Eagle Miz starting from? Oh, he's 12th, isn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, he's got a way to go. But he did a really good job coming from right at the back at Belgium, finished 4th behind his teammate, so...
Yeah, there's absolutely no denying either of the Racing Point drivers' pace at all.
So, how's that?
Still there? Oh.
Sorry, just to bring up some fun facts about Italy whilst we're in the break here.
Oh yeah.
Quite a topical one here. Coronavirus started in Italy and Europe. Just so everyone knows. All 3 of Europe's active volcanoes are all located in Italy.
Okay.
That's interesting. I think actually they're quite close to Monza, if I'm not mistaken.
Are they?
Or nearish. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just, yeah. Anyway.
They might be.
Pasta has been in use since the 14th century, BCE, in Italy.
Blimey. That's it?
What's BCE?
It's another way of saying BC.
What's the E stand for?
Europe.
Before Christ, Europe.
I've seen it. Before Church of England. It's something weird like that.
Isn't it? It's after Anno Domini is AD.
Yeah.
Isn't it before Christ, BC?
Yeah, but
yeah. Before Church of England, BCE. Yeah, okay.
Is it Church of England?
I don't know. It just sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
Sure what else have we got here? Italians have created many types of cheese. Such well-known ones such as Parmesan.
Yep.
Created in Parma, of course. Other cheeses created in Italy include mozzarella, gorgonzola, ricotta, and of course provolone.
And the cheddar.
And of course the cheddar. The cheddar. The dairy donkey. And the baby belle. Right. Let's have a look then as the drivers get underway for their parade lap. So Sil de Wit then is the man leading the way at the moment as we go around. He's on pole for McLaren.
I think that's his 7th pole position.
Yeah, he's had a good run of form, hasn't he, this season? Same, he can't convert them all to wins, but we hope today will change that. Damien Hartman then in 2nd in the Alfa Romeo. He's lined up well. He hasn't qualified that high in a little while, has he? So that's good to see him back up sort of the pointy end of the grid. Nicky Visser 3rd for Toro Rosso. And his teammate right behind him, John Donkel, in 4th. Then it's Zander Hermans in the Ferrari P5. And Kuhn Skippers in P6 for Racing Point. Paul Quarret in the Mercedes P7. Good job for him in qualifying as well to get his Merc up there. So he's 7th on the grid. Bailey Bevane in the Haas, just behind him in 8th on the 4th row. And the 5th row, of course, as we said earlier, the 2 Red Bulls. Marcel Droning in 9th. And his teammate Guido Urshan behind him in 10th. And Nils Ekmer, the 2nd Haas, he's 11th. Starts off on the 6th row of the grid, with Baz Den Breyen just behind him in Alfa Romeo. I'd be pretty scared to be on that row if I was Nils. Boy Williamson in the Ferrari is 13th on the 7th row, and 14th Aston Eagle Mears in the Racing Point. Miguel Torni in the Mercedes 15th, with Peter Phillip 16th, and Nishay Mahadra Singh in the McLaren 17th. The 2 Williams of Ari Kopp and Martin Pardy Cooper line up 18th and 19th. And Mark Stappers bringing up the rear in his Renault.
All drivers that didn't make it into Q3, all starting on medium tyres.
Roger that. See how they go then. Right, there's the camera angle. Here come the lights. It's 5 lights. And away we go. Sildervit looks to be getting a pretty good start there. Damien Hartman as well in the mix. 2 Sorosis get away cleanly. Everyone else getting away pretty good down the back. Some positions being made. Bastian Brain up 2 places in the midfield, as well as John Donkel passing. Oh, the 2 Toroses have come together. John Donkel's gone out. Zander Herman's retired as well at turn 1.
Safety car down.
That looked almost Mercedes-esque at Spain. I don't know what happened there. Nicky Vesta losing his front wing there. That bodes well for Boy Williamson, who's now in P7 as well after that start. And yeah, as you said, Adrian, the safety car now deployed, of course, because of that. John Donkel gone already. I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's not expected at all. So Nicky Visser down to 8, and ahead of him already Boy Williamson in P7.
Yeah, just watching the rest of the cars come through to check if there's going to be wing damage further back in the grid. Everyone else looks to be okay, fairly clean down the back. Martin Pardy Cooper looks to be suffering with red left wing damage, so he's you have to stop. Luckily, we've got the safety car out. Sealed a bit though. Got a great getaway, of course, with all that action going up behind. 2 seconds the lead at the moment. But of course, they'll be backed up with the safety car, so that will all be gone at the end of this lap. Great start from Deepafane as well. Obviously, a lot of these guys getting in the mix with that that collision. He's up 5 places into 3rd now. Skipper's up 2, Quarry up 2 as well. Droning up 3. Boy Williamson up 6, as we mentioned. Then Brain as well, up 3 places. Peter Phillip as well, doing great at the start. 11th. I'm just trying to figure out where that all might have started. Because, I mean, all you could see, because I was watching Sil come around the first 2 corners, you could just see the 2, it looked like the 2 Toro Rossos were tangling, and they went off track on the runoff. John Donkel's tyre came off. I don't know if they were all pushed from behind, if some drivers missed their braking point into turn 1.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now at the your replay. I can't explain that one. I'm afraid I was riding with Boy Williamson at the time back in P13. Well, he was actually P10 by the time he reached turn 1. And yeah, the two Toro Rossos there just dragging each other off the track. I've no idea how that would have happened.
Yeah, John was up to. I remember as I was commentating, sort of positions changing down the start straight. John Donkel was up to 3rd, so he must have got a better start than Nicky. Yeah, who knows? Well, we knew we'd see the safety car. I'm not sure we knew we'd see it this soon. Not even 1 racing lap complete.
So this has been brilliant then for not just Boy Williamson but Baz and Brin as well in the Alfa Romeo P8 and
Yeah.
Zikma as well in the house behind, all on medium tyres and all all up to 7th, 8th and 9th from 13th, 14th and 15th.
Tyre life estimate for the tyres? How much longer can the medium go than the soft, do you think?
The medium will do 30 laps, the soft tyre will do 23, 24 laps.
Okay.
Medium isn't very much slower than the soft tier either.
No.
Nicky Viss has just rejoined the back of this safety car train.
Yeah.
In P16.
Martin, Party Cooper, just pitting now. Ari Kopp just coming up to rejoin the back of the grid as well.
So despite all that sort of carnage early on, only 3 drivers have pitted in so far, and that is Visser, Kopp and Party Cooper.
Yep. So who was the other one after Party Cooper?
Big
Stappers
crash
is
there
gone.
from Stappers into the back of, I think that was back of my Hodges thing, under safety car. I don't know whether he just wasn't concentrating, but yeah, he's just taken himself completely out of the race there. That was bizarre. I was just riding with Nicky at the time. Have another look back at that.
Yeah, one of the oh, watch out, Martin, as he comes past the wreck of Stappers' car. Yeah, interesting that's happened. I mean, that's one of the sort of sins of F1, isn't it? Along with crashing in the pit lane and sort of, you know, spinning under safety car. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Unfortunate though to lose him along with Zander and John, of course. 3 drivers DNFing. With it, we haven't even had one racing lap yet. We've already lost 3 guys. Safety car is in this lap though, so not staying out any longer for that crash.
Just to confirm, the crash with Stappers, he didn't hit anyone else. He just lost the rear tyres driving around Curva Grande.
Oh wow, okay.
And yeah, just put it into the wall. Really bizarre. I've never seen a crash there.
Still a bit now, leading the way round, bringing us right up to the very last opportunity to release the grid here. Damien Hartman right alongside him there, but that's caught himself napping there. Still a bit able to launch the car away, and away he goes. That's going to be 8 tenths. No, half a second. Okay, not that much, but still a good restart nonetheless.
Good restart from 100 thing.
Yep,
He's just getting 2 places.
Oh, end plate come off there as he makes contact with Deeper Vein. And Hartman got that corner all wrong, so that's Deeper Vein now up into P2, and Skipper's looking to make his way through as well.
Neil Zikma went off track at turn 1 completely. I don't think there was any damage, but yeah, he's lost a lot of places.
Sorry, Adrian. Jamie Hartman's just had a Vettel.
Oh, you're joking.
He's had contact with Deeper Vein as Deeper Vein got around the outside of him round turn 4, and they made contact and went round just like Vettel did with Hamilton.
Wow.
So he's now down to P10. No wing damage, so can carry on fighting here, but lost a lot of places, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's going to hurt the season 5 champion.
Yeah, indeed. Sorry, what were you saying about Ikma?
Yeah, Ikma went off at turn 1, lost 6 or 7 places, now down to P16 of 17 remaining.
Yeah. King Skipper's been looking... Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. No, go on, no, you first, Dan.
I was just saying, Skipper's there looking all kinds of racy behind Deeper Vein as he almost looked like he was going to pass the Haas around the inside of Parabolica, but hasn't quite made it. Of course, he's got end plate damage on the right-hand side, so that's going to hinder him a bit, but it's still challenging as much as he can as he goes for a move on the inside. Oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Locked up his brakes there and forced the Haas off. That lets Marcel Droning back through.
Egelmiz, Mahadra and Correa all in the pit.
Yep. What are they going on to? A new wing for Egelmiz as well. Were you going to say something about Damien Hartman?
No, the two Williamses were actually tangled in quite a good battle actually through Ascari. It looked like Parda Cooper was going to actually make the move on Cop. It didn't go for it in the end. In fact, Cop's going to make the move now on Miguel Torni. This is for P11.
Yeah, looked a bit unsure there, and I thought Martin Parda Cooper might have it around the outside of Cop, but not in the end.
Damien Hartman's now past Guido Urshan, just down the straight before Ascari.
Yeah. Oh, that back end stepping out for him though as he exits the turn 10. That's a little bit going fastest. Great restart from him. Obviously, it benefited that Kuhn Skipper's there got wing damage.
Yep.
Early on, so he's able to.
Williamson with the move on P2.
Yeah.
Now up to P2 on Droning.
Yeah, great move there. Nice and clean. Through he goes to P2. This is the dream start for Boy, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Up to P2. I mean, this is perfect. He's on the right tyre. Even P2 is good enough for a nice win over Nicky at the moment, who's back up to 5th place, coincidentally. So he's done a great job bringing himself back up the order as well.
Yeah, it's a good recovery, and bearing in mind he's still on his A strategy. It'll be continuing on these soft tyres and pitting around 24 for the mediums. So yeah, still going to plan amazingly for Nicky, and he's only 10 seconds or so off the leader.
Yeah, it's all looking rather good at the moment.
Nicky making the move on Baz.
Yeah,
easy move.
DRS of course enabled now. Through he goes. God, it just looks so good when a driver gets a Ascari bang on. Such a nice corner to get right. Oh, who we got side by side as well? Damien Hartman and Deeper Vein.
Damien Hartman very late on the brake into Ascari. Not Ascari, Parabolica.
You can see Barry Deeper Vein there running a bit wide. That's his end plate damage causing that, I think. Still fighting on though. Oh no, wow, it looks like he's got red right front wing to me. He's missing the flaps as well, so I don't know how he's still going without stopping. Like it's probably worth him stopping to avoid losing any more time. Well, Ekman taken to the runoff there at the turn 1. And let's Cop and Tawny through. Seeing some tumbleweeds float around as well around the Lesmos. Just keep an eye on that. I've seen tumbleweeds since France. Good times.
Purple second sector for Nicky. He's absolutely flying at the moment. And,
yeah,
I think he's kind of being held up by Droning.
Yeah, Droning doing well to keep ahead of it at the moment. Obviously using more energy than Nicky is right now. They're going to keep P3 for a bit longer. DRS down the main straight. Great run, nice and tight there through Parabolica. That's kept him right on the back of Marcel. DRS now, but he's dropped back a bit though. That's the X-Sting,
yeah.
turn 11.
Yeah, sort of a poor exit. He had to correct his line just before he started to make the move on Droning. So he had to sort of back out of that one.
Peter Phillip coming into the pits now. Miguel Tawny, Nils Ekman all up a place each. Arikop as well, I think, up to 10th.
Yeah, Peter Phillip now on the medium tyre. It looks like he was serving a stop-go penalty there, Phillips.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder what that was for then. Probably under the safety car speeding, I would have thought. Aston Eagle Mills, they're going fastest on the soft tyre, down in 14th.
Big corner cut from Nicky in the second Lesmo. Huge. I'm surprised he didn't get a straight penalty for that.
Sorry, Adrian. Dan Brayton's gone all the way around there at the second Lesmo. The back end just stepped out as he entered the corner and he's just gone right off onto the gravel after he corrected it. And that puts it. He was right behind Damie now. He's down to P9 again. you think the soft tyre was the best choice for Aston Eagle Miz to go on to after his first stop? Or do you suggest mediums?
Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't have gone on because the mediums won't make it to the end, so there's no point going on to them now because you'll still have to pit anyway. The hard tyre will make it to the end, but it will be slow as hell and it's pretty pointless.
Right.
So that leaves the soft tyre. Take the soft tyre to maybe lap 30. You only got to do 23 laps on the medium tyre. Yeah, that's the same strategy.
Yeah, looks to be a bit of a maybe some team orders going on at Racing Point there. Kuhn Skipper's moving aside there for Aston as he comes through. Obviously on different strategies, the two drivers, so makes sense. Yeah,
and Aston Martin's just got the fastest lap of the race so far as well, 24.2.
Yep. Soft tyres still very fresh for him.
Cooper is up to an impressive 8th place and fighting with Deeper Vein for 7th. He is, being held up by Deeper Vein, I would say.
Yeah, both Williams here. Good to see them scrapping throughout the race as they come up from the back and still challenging as well. Cop dropping back a bit, but like you say, Martin Cooper there fighting hard with Deeper Vein through Ascari.
I thought Cooper might have been a bit braver and just been a bit later on the break. He could have had that move done.
Yeah, it was almost like he second-guessed himself, and that made him make that mistake there. A bit more committed there. Deep, though, but nice. He's got the move done. Nice work.
So once he's gone, that's it. He's gone now, and Deeper Vein's in the pit anyway. Only 8 laps done on those tyres.
Yeah.
He's either serving a stop go or he is going onto the hard tyre.
Okay, Vince just sorry, Adrian. Vince just had the best run through turn 1 and 2 I've ever seen in my life. From 4th behind Marcel Droning, he's got up now to P2. I don't know how he's managed to pass both Marcel and Boy in the space of 2 corners there. So great job from him, as you said. It really is fly. Oh, easy boy.
Yeah, that is impressive. I don't know how he's done that.
No, I mean I saw him go on Marcel into turn 1, and then I was paying attention to your comment about the pits, and next thing I know, I've seen him go up again past Boy. And I don't know where he got Boy, but good job.
Oh, Miguel Torni has not retired the car, but he looked like he was beached on a curb.
Yeah, has he tried to use the sort of the runoff road? You know, you have to go around if you go deep.
Yeah.
But then maybe he's made a mistake going through that. Yeah, the whole front wing's come off there, hasn't it? So it's a long way to go around this track before you can get that wing put on again.
Yeah. Not quite so bad, really, driving with missing end plates at Monza, because downforce is not really required here, apart from perhaps Ascari is probably the most difficult corner to navigate without a wing.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff though, championship wise, isn't it? How it's changed so many times in this race in the course of 11 laps. Now, Boyd Williamson got the dream start, was ahead of Nicky. Nicky had the bad start, was in the pits. Now he's overtaken Boy again. So he's now set to close that gap again. Obviously, Boy's still on the mediums though, so he's going to be out longer.
Yeah, it's down to Nicky now to put in his best laps now in this stint, and just keep going and going and going until these tyres give up. Which should be around lap 22, 3, around that sort of region.
Yeah, we'll see how
he needs to open up the gap to away from Boy as much as he can before he pits.
Yeah. He looks to be doing that now, over a second between them at the moment.
Boy just at the same lap time as him just now, both on 26.5s, 26.509 and a 26.516.
Miguel Torni being the gentleman and letting them both through, of course. He exits the pits with his new front wing on.
Oh, is Denbring going to make the move on Parda Cooper into turn 1?
Oh, yeah. Bit sloppy, but he sort of... Oh no, he's let him out back. Fair play. He knew he made the mistake and gave the position back.
Yes, yeah, good show of respect there between the drivers. Nobody likes to sort of take out a friend or collide with a friend or another driver in the race. And yeah, it's always good to see them let the driver pass so they can have another go and overtake them fairly.
Yeah, the only time I deem that acceptable is when you're racing against the AI. Because they are constantly using their inner B to take you out, so smash them off in return.
Yeah, absolutely.
But certainly, the guys here are all very respectful of each other, and that was a good example of that.
Oh, Parker Cooper's in the wall.
How's he done that?
I don't know. He was going around Ascari fine,
Damn
and
it.
then
Well,
that is a full safety car.
yeah, sorry Martin, that sucks, mate. Unfortunate to have lost in there. It looked like he got the corner wrong to begin with and got on the gravel. I thought he could have just straight lined it again though, but it's almost like his car snapped left.
Yeah.
When he got onto the sort of the outside part of turn 9 and went into the wall.
Yeah, I can't really explain that one.
Yeah, that's a shame to lose yet another driver here on lap 13, of course. So no better lap to do it really than the most unlucky lap of all. But then Brian comes in. That's off his softs, I believe, onto mediums now. Is that right? Or is that double mediums he's done?
Yeah, no, he's come off the softs on. Isn't? Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Hang on a second.
Oh, no, that is a second set of mediums.
Okay.
Started on mediums.
Yeah. Well, you don't question Baz's strategy calls.
No.
He's often one to get it right, so we'll see how that pays off.
That might not be too bad, to be fair. He might have had a little bit of end plate damage. I don't know if you saw a new wing go on the car.
No, I just caught him exiting. Didn't see the actual stop.
Yeah, because if he'd have gone onto the softs, he would still have to pit.
Still a bit stopping, interestingly. Sorry to interrupt you there, Adrian.
No, it's not a problem. Yeah, this is a bad time to pit, really. Oh, no, it's fine. He's going on to a new set of soft tyres. He's doing the two-stop, the aggressive two-stop, soft, medium. Yeah, which is fine. This may actually work very well for Still. Expect others to perhaps do the same thing here. Oh, Nicky Visser's coming onto the medium, so he started on the soft tyre. Now onto the mediums. These will only do 30 laps or so before they really start to suffer. I think that's going to be a bad call.
Can you reverse that aggressive stop and do soft, medium, soft?
Yeah, that's fine.
So it could still work.
It could still work. There's not much time difference really between the softs and the mediums anyway. Yeah, and the fact that he's actually P3, so he's still got good track position versus Boy. He's only 2 places behind. They're obviously all going to bunch up under this safety car. All he's doing is trying to negate the advantage that Boy had by being on the soft tyres.
Yeah.
Which is that's fair enough. That could be good.
See how that plays out for him. Guido Ursch and Damien Hartman as well, both stopping for new mediums. See, Baz just has done a moment ago. Paul Quarry on new softs as well. Just trying to work out how my podium prediction is coming along. So far, not too shabby. I've got about 66.6% of it done. Ish. Still a bit. Nicky Visser. Just need Aston to get up there a bit.
Yeah, come on, Aston. Pull your finger out.
Yeah, come on. What are you doing, mate?
What was my prediction?
You didn't tell me. You predicted.
I said boy, then Nicky, and no, was it? Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah,
Nicky,
sorry, yeah. You said Boy, Nicky,
Baz,
and Baz, yeah. Yeah, I think we're both equally close. And now at least you called the winner, right? For now.
Well, for now.
Yes, indeed. Honey boo boo.
Mama June.
Mama June.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Sil's strategy compares coming to the end of this race against Boy and Nikki. The three of those on slightly different. Well, Sil's on a different strategy. The other two are on the same strategy.
Who's this? Boy and Nikki?
Yeah.
Because Boy's not stopped yet though, has he?
No, Boy hasn't stopped. No.
So would you argue maybe he's doing the one stop then, and it could be different to Nikki?
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, both Boy and Nikki will need to stop again. Boy is only a couple of seconds. Well, he's a couple of seconds behind because of the safety car, and he'll look to make up that deficit as Boy's tyres get older and older and more worn. So he'll hope to pass him before they pit. And then it will be a race to the end on the soft tyres, but I think that will be the 1-2. Nikki may win this race.
Yeah, we'll see how that develops, as you say. Restart coming up though. On board with Sildavit, we'll see how Boy can get away from him. Boy's certainly holding the pack up more to let that safety car go in, so he has more opportunity to get away soon. I think he's gone now, and that was a good restart. I think he caught Sildavit napping a bit there down the back straight. Wasn't going to go so early.
Not good from Nikki. He just sort of clipped the grass on the inside.
Yeah, Miguel Tawny on lapping himself-ish as we go down the main straight. Yeah, Sildavit done well to close back up again. Half a tenth now to Boys. We go into turn one. As you say there, Nicky Vesa really got caught out, at least by his own mistake there around Parabolica.
Yeah.
The two racing points switching places as well further down the grid. Green Skipper's now up to 8th.
Turn in the favour.
Yep.
They're a good team, I think, those two.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did say in the comments, I think a couple of races back, they were best friends. So, definitely a good team chemistry there for those guys. Is surely going to be a good thing. Oh, great exit from Guido Hirschen there to snatch that back from Niels Ekman. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know.
Riding with Niels at the time. Niels actually lit up the rear tyres actually on the exit. It's a bit of a poor exit from him. Yeah. Which, not taking anything away from Guido. It's a fantastic drive pass. Yeah,
great to notice that opportunity so quickly.
Change it to P1.
Oh, sugar. Well, it's in the process of being. I haven't quite missed it. It's happening. But still, now through. God, look how close they are down the back, straight. DRS, of course, not in action yet. But Boy back down the inside. Grippier tyre there for Sil. Made it work around the outside, then to inside of turn 2 and back into the lead for Sildavit. Good overtake. Bit of contact, but not too much. Oh, pretty fair to me.
Yeah, no damage to either car either.
Sector 1 yellow, we got a Renault off. Sorry, Adrian. Peter Phillip just taken to the escape road there at turn 1. The Racing Points back at it again.
I think they are. I think they're sort of slipstreaming each other and just slingshotting each other up the track. Oh,
okay, clever, yeah.
We saw this with the Racing Points. I know it wasn't viewable, but the Racing.
Oh dear, sorry. Aston Eagle is getting his back tyres on the exit. That's let Baz Brain right up alongside him. Sorry, Aston got his back tyres out onto the gravel at the exit of second Lesmo. Almost lost the back end. kept it good together though.
Very nice.
Oh no, it's a McLaren gone round. Nisha's gone round.
Oh no,
the exit of Ascari. He was so close to being smacked by another car, of course, ghosting off in F1 tonight, so that would have been bad for both of them. but lucky those drivers managing to avoid him. Got the 2 racing points yet again.
Got to be careful they don't tag each other.
Yeah, that looks at Aston Eaglemere's getting a bit late on the brakes there and a bit of a lock-up, but they avoided contact.
This same strategy was employed by the Racing Points in Tuesday's race as well. They just kept slingshotting each other.
Yeah.
Made their way up from 14th and 15th to 3rd and 4th by doing this.
Oh, good strategy. Of course, certainly working well for Aston at the moment. Obviously, he's up from down the back of the grid. If you look at the position change, up 6 places now. Alright, got about 13 places. So he's doing a smashing job at the moment in the Williams. Often see this actually with RE lately, don't we? In his last few races, sort of coming from the back or making this kind of early stint work to get him right up the front. Although often in the end, because drivers pit around him, it doesn't really work in the long run. But this is often his kind of style as of late, I've noticed. Yeah, he tends to be quite aggressive in the early phase. Yeah. Well, actually, he has stopped. Oh no, he stopped right at the beginning, didn't he? For those softs, which are going to be sort of running out of grip soon. Definitely still in the run for some points, though. Aston Eagle is now past Nils Eekma in the Haas. He's up to P7 now. Nicky now within the DRS of Boy Williamson. He may just opt to just sit here in the DRS, save his energy until Boy's tyres are a few more laps worn. Yeah, it looks like he's doing exactly that at the moment, doesn't it? DRS 0, DRS open there down the main straight. Kuhn Skippers as well further back, also getting past Nils Eekma. He's up to 8th place now, so back behind his teammate. Those two slowly working their way up the order together. And the field actually not too spread out, is it, at the moment? Of course, we only restarted a few laps ago. Yeah. But, those guys aren't too far back. Oh, Nicky! Bit of a twitch. Just goes to show how much pressure each of them is putting on the other driver. Yeah. You know, when even drivers as experienced as these two guys here, when even they're prone to cracking, and you just know how difficult it is. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit still driving away from them at the front at the moment. 3 seconds the gap to Boy. Yeah, Boy is pushing hard to break the 1 second gap to Nicky. Yeah, you could just see it. Oh, Guido's gone. Guido's out. That's a safety car. That's a full safety car. Where is that crash? That's around the exit of Parabolica. Yeah. Exit turn 11. He's on the right hand. There he is. Yeah, on the right hand side before the pit entry. Right, so drivers that haven't used the medium tyre yet can do so now, and they can make it to the end of the race without too much of a problem. This safety car probably won't be coming into the end of lap 22 at the very earliest, probably 23. And you can easily do 30 laps. So this is a prime opportunity for those soft runners, the ones we've got remaining. Sealed a bit to pit, do we reckon? Sealed a pit? Sealed a pit, yes. Yes, 100%. Yeah, let's see if he does it.
Oh, Pete Phillips has gone as well.
What?
Where on earth is that? Is that turn? That's out of turn 2.
That's almost the same place where his teammate Mark Stapper's sort of hit the driver under the safety car. There's a Haas stopped. No, that's a safety car. Oh, he stopped behind the safety car. Hasn't he? Yeah, he's hit the safety car.
Yep.
Yeah, he's crashed into the safety car.
Okay.
We saw this happen last season in Brazil. Safety car gate. That's where that arose. Drivers stopping behind a stationary safety car. That actually means they can pass it. It's only when it's moving that you need to get behind it and actually follow it. So when it's stopped on track, you have to pass.
Yeah, that's right.
I think Peter Phillip has misjudged that in this scenario. Sildavit has not sealed a pit.
Okay.
Well. And I think my podium call might be out the window. Maybe.
But yeah, possibly. It's definitely going to benefit the drivers that do pit. Look, Boyd Williamson's coming. He's
For
coming
softs
for
as
soft
well.
tyres.
How many stops has he done now? Is that his first? Is that his
That's
first?
his first stop. Yeah, that is his first.
So he's going
stop.
medium, soft.
Yeah. Why?
Aston Eaglemere's doing the same by the looks of it. I think he was. No, he was on the soft a minute ago, Aston. I'm almost certain.
Aston Eaglemere.
Yeah, because he was, because Skipper's still on the
yeah.
medium. So yeah, so has he done? So he's done medium, soft so far, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Aston.
and he's going to go on to probably soft again then to
Wow.
finish.
Obviously, the first one was wing damage induced, so I guess technically he's doing soft, medium, isn't he? That's his actual strategy.
Yeah.
If we don't count that first tyre, because it wasn't really part of it. Kuhn Skipper's now up to fourth place though.
Yep, very good. Not bad going at all.
Yep.
Did anyone actually come in for medium? Yes, Ari Kopp came in for medium tyres.
Go
So
on,
he's
Ari.
the only.
Ari for the win?
Yes.
Come on, mate. Yeah, that's a good call. That's his last stop of the race now.
Yeah, so Ari Kopp right now is the only one who doesn't have to stop again.
Yeah. Or Paul Quarret as well, right?
Yeah, Paul Correa as well.
So, Ari Kopp, Paul Quarret 1-2 tonight.
Yep, copy.
Could you imagine? Come on. I like an underdog win. They're certainly capable of it. I reckon.
Just while we're coming around here around Curva Grande, I just want to reflect on that incident then with Peter Phillip and the safety car. I think drivers need really to be more to be aware, I suppose, that if you're not the race leader and you're approaching the safety car, you can always pass it, always.
Right. Yeah.
It's only when you're in a queue that you should remain behind the car in front. Although, to add a bit of confusion in there, if you have been lapped, you can actually unlap yourself and pass the safety car and not get a penalty, even though the game says get back in your position. You can.
I will let you do it with it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried it out at Germany in the league race.
Yeah.
Zoomed past everybody. And it said, yeah, remain behind this person, and I passed him, and it said, remain behind this person, until I got to the safety car. It said, remain behind the safety car, and I passed the safety car, and then it says, catch up with the safety car back. And that was it. No penalty.
Nice. Yeah, I remember you saying about that, actually. Good times, good times.
I went from 10th to, I think it was 6th place. Oh, there's been a collision. Nicky Visser's just lost an M plate.
No! Who's he hit? Into the pits he goes.
He has hit Sildervit. Silder hit.
Sorry, I just completely missed that we were going racing again. Sildervit now under pressure right away from Damien Hartman down the start-finish straight here. Oh, easy boys. Down the outside, nice move from Damie. Sildervit still in the mix here a bit.
That incident could be the championship decider.
Yeah, could you imagine if that's how many, you know, if he needs that many points coming into the season to win against Boy, and he's lost them all here.
I've got to be honest, Dan. It did look like Sil slammed on those brakes just before the just before he got onto the start and finish straight.
Right.
So just coming out of Parabolica, decided to try and back them up, but Nicky was already right behind him anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sort of unintentional brake check.
Mm.
In that case, well, Damien Hartman leads the way after that restart. He is P1, Sebastian, P1. And then Brian getting right on the inside of Ikma here into Parabolica. Getting a bit... Oh! God! Reckless into the pits he goes right away. At least he was right at the hit entry when that end plate flung off. There's a lot of argy-bargy going on out there today.
Yeah, some very sort of aggressive moves we're seeing.
Yeah, it looked quite. I mean, it looked quite clean to begin with, but then just exiting Parabolica, they just thought, "Hey, nice pass. Here's a little wheel high five." Sorry about the end plate.
As Negome is going to make the move on Ikma into the first.
Oh, ding dong!
How late was that on the brake?
Well, I mean, how early was Ikma on the brakes? I mean, it looked like Eaglemears broke about 100 meters later and still made the corner. Great move from the Racing Point.
Oh, the Hodges thing's just gone flying past Ikma as well.
Yeah, has he got damage? No, it looks all intact there as he just came past the camera down the curve Stragolini.
Like soup, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I don't think that's how you say it. It's Curve Stragolini. Something like that.
Ikma, I believe, will be coming in the pit list. That he's got the little green spanner on his telemetry. It means Jeff is shouting at him to get his car in.
He's not
he's ignoring it. Okay, that's fine.
Naughty. Boy Williamson past Kuhn Skippers down the start finish straight. He's up to P3. It's all very close at the front here after this restart. Eagle is now back up to P5, closing on his teammate. Of course, another stop for both these guys.
Just want to make a little note of something right now. Ari Kopp is 7.6 seconds behind the race leader and does not have to pit.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to see where he is come the end of this race.
It's good times, isn't it? Could this be 2008?
Or could it be
2000 Toro Rosso underdog for the win? I love it. Sort of it though, pressuring Damien Hartman. We'll see if I haven't seen Damien. I don't know. Have we seen him lead a race recently?
Not for a while. He's been.
I didn't think so.
Paul Carey's lost it. Ascari.
No.
Is that going to be another safety car?
I mean, you would assume so, but this game, who knows?
Very inconsistent with its calls, isn't it?
Yeah, just riding on board with Nicky now as we come through Ascari, so we just get a view of the accident.
I think he's right in the middle of the track.
Yeah, he's right on track. But no, the FIA have gone, nah, that's too many now. We need to refuel the safety car, we can't get it out in time.
I'm amazed nobody's hit him.
Yeah, fair play to the drivers to avoid that one. 12 drivers left. 8 retirees. Also halfway through the race now. And you are watching F1 tonight! Netherlands! Season number 7, round 14, the Italian Grand Prix. And Damien Hartman leads the way for the moment. Just going to keep an eye on him, see if we get any high fives down the pit lane. That's a Damie signature move. Noel Sildavit, though, says, no high fives for you, sir. And through he goes into the leaders race again, through Ascari. And Boy Williamson as well, sort of looking like he's all these guys just towing each other along here down the back straight. Sildavit still on the inside as we go into Parabolica, keeps the move, but keeps the lead. Oh, both those cars behind though, getting on the dirty part of the track on the outside. Now a fight between two Ferrari powered cars. Oh, are you there, Adrian?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry, it sounded like you'd sort of disconnected and come back.
Yeah.
And like a like as if you were saying something. Go ahead, Adrian.
Oh, Boy Williamson, 3-second time penalty. That's the first one for these front runners.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really going at it, aren't they, these guys?
Mm.
Oh, good exit from Boy, though. DRS now activated.
Should have it done.
Oh, if I can get the... There you go. Get it on camera. Perfect. Lovely move. Nice and straightforward. Another place lost for Damie. Waiting for those medium tyres to come into their own, isn't he, really, at the moment? Those soft tyres still the quicker tyre at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment. Aston Eagle is... Oh, sorry. Boy going on still to it again, is he? Yep.
Yes, yeah, for P1.
Beautiful. Grazie, ragazzi. Forza Ferrari. Nice exit there from Boy. It's up into the lead. A lot of lead changes going on at the front. It's good to see. Eagle Mears as well getting back into the action. Right on the back of these guys. Obviously those soft tyres working well for him at the moment. Wants to dispatch of Damien Hartman as quickly as he can so he can catch up with the leaders. Nice exit again.
Yeah, very good. It's going to be it for P3.
Well, 2 of 3 for my podium so far. I just can't get all 3. How are you looking? What do you say? Boy Williamson, Baz Dembray and Nicky?
Nicky Visser. Oh, I said Boy, Nicky, then Baz.
Right. You could play F1 Dream Team with the NL drivers.
Aston Eggers is really catching sort of a rate of knots here. He's going to make the move actually. He's going to attempt it at least.
I would have been clenched for that one if that was me in that car. Thought better of it. Yeah, he's got so much pace in that car at the moment, hasn't he? He was only behind Damien Hartman half a lap ago. Got his car along the inside. The move's ready. Sildavit's going to keep the inside though. Yeah, that's fair.
Well defended.
Yeah, it was well defended. Damien Hartman has seen that opportunity. Although his back end looked a bit loosey-goosey through that first Desmo.
Yeah, just a little bit.
How are we looking for the gap to Ari Kopp? Where are we at? So, of course, he is 13 seconds behind now.
It goes to show you, doesn't it, the pace of Boy once he's passed the driver in front. I know I appreciate he's only a second and a half ahead of Still, but yeah, the gap between Still and Ari was what was it, 7.5 seconds previously? Oh, it's already Aston Eggers has gone up to P2.
Yeah, there he goes. Through to second. Sildervit diving into the pits now. Be his last stop of the race.
Yeah, so he has to use the mediums. There's no choice, even though the softs could go to the end again if he could use them, but he can't use them.
Yeah. Nice bit of late braking from Damien Hartman there. Doesn't get the move done on Aston quite yet. Eaglemears and Williamson all on the same tyre now. Then this will go right to the end. Will it go to the end for them?
For who, sorry?
For Williamson and Eaglemears. Are they going to get to the end on these softs?
No, definitely not.
No. No, it's a... yeah, it's still looking... I can't quite put my finger on who's going to win at the moment.
Yeah.
Except for the... I don't think I've called it right.
Of those top 6, only Ari Kopp can take those tyres to the end.
Yeah. Which is an exciting prospect. Nisha getting up into the action now as well. He's going to challenge Damien Hartman for P3 very soon, I think. Interesting as well, Boy Williamson just still, like you say, got that pace when he's out in front. Still pulling away from Eaglemears on the same tyre. Exactly the same tyre, age-wise as well.
Really great stuff from the both racing points at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they've been up and down the grid, haven't they? Both of them have been damaged. They've been down to the bottom. Towed their way both up to the... At least we think they were towing each other back up to the front end. And obviously with Eaglemears being on the soft tyre, he's been able to advance a bit further than Skippers. For now...
They just come in the pit. Eaglemears just been in the pit for soft tyres, so they will make it to the end from here. So with now 3 drivers on their final start. Sorry?
Eaglemears as well.
No, Eekma, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Eekma.
Yeah. Yeah, Neil's just stopping there, yeah. Do you think Ari can... Do you think he can taste the podium?
I think you need to ask Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, well. What was it, Mama June?
Yeah.
You tell me, Mama June? Meow, 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 meow.
Ooh, does that look a little bit slidey from Eaglemears into turn 1?
It did a little bit, yeah. Might be like, I mean, the amount of progress he made, I wouldn't be surprised if he's worn those tyres out a bit quicker than we thought they would.
Mm. New personal best from the driver behind him, though. Damien Hartman is 24.1. He's actually the fastest man on the track at the moment, Damien.
Yeah,
they're 19 lap-old mediums.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're probably that overlap starting to come, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would have thought between the two compounds.
Well, the tyres that Boy and Aston are on they're only through sort of half of their life.
Yeah.
By which I don't mean they're 50% worn. I mean they're probably around 25% worn. Half of their usable life, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eagleman is still pulling away a lot though through that latter part of the lap. Just Boy's on another level though at the moment on those tyres. He's just, that gap's not really closing up or going away. He's just holding it there at 2 seconds.
Yeah. Boy does have a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah.
Don't forget. As does Nicky Visser as well. Now he just picked one up. Final third of this race then.
Indeed.
We're slowly starting to see drivers finally pit for their final tyre. Oh, Damien Harmon nearly losing out of Ascari.
Yeah, just on board with Nisha Madusing there as he following him. Nisha's got some good pace on at the moment as well. He's sort of been sticking with Damie in these last parts of the race here.
Nisha was facing the other way at one point in this race, and he's fourth.
Yeah, he's done a great job to come back. And DRS now alongside and now in front of Damien Hartman's Alfa Romeo. And that should be mission accomplished up to P3.
Yeah, Damien completely ran out of ERS halfway down that straight. That's why his little red light flashed up. He wasn't putting it in mode 0. The car was just forcing it into 0 because it was just out of energy. I don't recall ever seeing Nisha on the podium in a Grand Prix.
I do. I think it was France when they had a 1-2 to start the race.
Oh yeah, okay.
So technically he's been in the podiums for a bit, but yeah, I don't think he's not had a podium this season, has he? To my knowledge.
No.
Oh,
Nisha!
Easy. Damn. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Thing is, though, he's got to stop again, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Damien Hart. So we've got the top 4 have all got to stop, including Kuhn Skippers. Arikop will inherit the lead for some time with this race at the moment, right?
Well, he's actually 22 seconds now behind Boy.
Damn it, Ari!
Sorry?
I just said, damn it, Ari.
No. But he's still on for a possible podium here.
Yeah, up to P5 then. Realistically, you would assume Sildovic can make the move on Ari. So definitely Sildovic still on for a podium as well.
Yeah.
As Ari at the moment.
A likely finish to this race is going to be the top 4 in some sort of order is going to be Boy, Aston, Sildovic, and Ari Kopp. I don't know what order those 4 will be in.
Well, if we can get Nicky in there as well, I'll be happy.
Maybe Armin's about to make a move on Nisha.
Yeah.
He's recovered a bit of VRS and got it done.
Thanks for getting away trees, can't see a thing. we got the move on camera in the end. Sort of Nisha gonna come back at Damie here down the start finish straight.
Damie's struggling with his ERS management right now. He's trying to close the gap up to Aston ahead. But in doing so, he's running out of energy before he gets to the end of that start and finish straight, and it's just leaving him exposed to Hazzah.
Yeah, he's saving it now, which is good. In my experience here, I tend to save it where possible throughout sector 1 and 2, and then use it down a bit of sector 2 at the end, and then most of sector 3.
Yeah,
that's generally how I go about deploying it. But that's obviously, ideal conditions. Obviously, these guys are all over the place, behind drivers, in front of drivers, and it all changes in the race.
Damie right now, for example, he's actually staying in mode 0 and still keeping up with Nisha because he's got the DRS and the
gets a penalty there though.
The slipstream. yeah, he turned in way too early.
Yeah,
first left.
Still saving, which is good. Nisha in mode 1, so using a bit more than he is at the moment. I expect to see. Well, boy, they're probably. What do you think? 20 laps on these tyres. So lap 42 for the pit stops for the leaders. Do you think?
24 laps. Or
Oh,
so.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, you probably want to stay on the softs for as long as he can, get the most out of them before he comes in for the mediums.
Yeah, we're sort of. Who's got to use the mediums in the top 3 then? Because Boy's used them already, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Boy started on them, of course he did. Yeah, you can just use the softs
So
again.
him and Aston.
In that case, then he might as well pit now because it will be quicker. Yeah, he'll get more out of his tyres then, rather than trying to stretch this set out. Just use a fresh set.
Because the total laps used on both tyres will be less than what you would need to stretch them to, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yay! Aston
sorry, Aston, yeah, in the pit.
So he's taken that advice. Damien Hartman in as well now, so these guys will both come out on softs. Aston's already used the mediums, hasn't he?
Yes.
So we'd think softs again, unless he's not got a fresh set.
Which he has
not. He hasn't,
because he's just put mediums on.
Yeah.
Damien has though, softs on his car.
Yeah, so Damien looking good for a podium hit. Ari Cop now up to P3, Sebastian.
Yep, now he's got to fight and hold on to this position for 14.5 laps.
You can do it, Ari. Come on, honey boo boo. I believe in you.
And he's got still to bit up his backside. And then further back, he'll have Aston Egomez and Damien Hartman. And to a lesser extent, Nicky Visser as well. Two of those 3 on fresh tyres.
Do you? I don't know. I don't think that we can really apply this question to anyone racing right now because it's probably a bit too early in the season to be doing this kind of nice thing, quote unquote. But obviously, 97 Jerez. Villeneuve's going to win the championship because Schumacher's crashed.
Yeah.
And he lets people through because he's like, well, hey, I've won. So, you just take it. And at the end of the race, he was saying, I wish I'd known that. I think, was it Jean Lacey was there with him as well? It would have been his last podium or something, so you would have let him through as well. Should if you were still David, would you say, hey Ari, listen, I'm not going to win the championship probably, so you have P3.
I would say those who do that
are mental.
Not mental as such, but. For me, that's not racing. For me, letting someone pass, even if you could be 200 points ahead of someone in the championship, and if you let them win a race just because you're so far ahead, that you're not a racer anymore. You have to keep going as though you're fighting for the championship, even if you're not.
You could argue though that maybe you're too much of a racer. If you're 200 points in the lead. You say, hey, you can give some of it back.
I think it depends on the context. I think
it's a nice thought.
Sorry?
It's a nice thought.
It is.
But yeah, I think you're right. Realistically, you probably should be fighting for the place.
Yeah, in the context of a game, then yes. Yeah, by all means, let your friend pass so they can have their first ever podium or whatever.
Yeah.
In the context of a Formula 1 World Championship, no, absolutely not.
That's a negative. Just for the record though, that is not me saying Sil should let Ari through. Just so everyone watching knows, I'm not slagging off Sil a bit for not letting Ari have a podium. I'm just merely saying, what would if you were in that position, what would you do? Just starting a conversation,
Yeah.
Conversation Street. Damien Hartman. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just during our conversation just then, Boy Williamson actually pitted in and he's rejoined in first.
Was his gap that big?
Yes.
Blimey. Well, fair play, sir. Okay, Boy's looking poised. Boy Williamson. Hasn't quite worked, does it? As well as Sildavin.
It worked so badly, I didn't even realise what you were trying to get to work.
Boy Williamson. You can't even hear the end. It sounds like Williamson still. Whatever. So that's it for the top 10 now. They've all stopped as much as they need to.
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah, fair play to Boy. He's just, since he got back past, I think it was past Sil, wasn't it? Who was leading momentarily. Since he's got back past him, he's just that's never looked back really, has he?
No, not at all. Not at all. And just at the fastest lap on that previous lap, 22.9. That is a full second faster than anybody on track right now.
Yeah, he was 6 seconds ahead. He's now 7, so he's certainly pulling away. He's pulling off this kind of drive quite a lot at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. He's in his groove now.
Yeah, like you say, he's certainly got that momentum on his side now. Obviously, he won last week under similar circumstances.
I mean, he's gone from being sort of kind of a good number 2 driver to Nicky Visser from last season, to being, as soon as he when he's in a different team, yeah, he's just completely a completely different animal. And we're really seeing that sort of that fire this season from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's on for his 4th consecutive win now.
Yep.
That's a very nice little record to have.
Nisha Mahadratting's just gone around the outside of Ari Kopp at Parabolica. And
Ari coming in?
Ari Kopp's in the pit, sorry.
He might still, no, probably come out behind Nicky. Maybe behind
16 seconds is the gap between them.
Oh, we've got a Mercedes off there. He's on the grass at the after turn 2. I think no one else there. No one else involved with that, it looks like. I think Minzo's still fighting with Damie Hartman. But at the moment looks to be a bit nippier on those mediums. Interestingly, DRS enabled? Why was it disabled? We haven't had a safety car in the last 3 laps, have we?
Yeah, we had a VSC there for...
oh, was that what it was for?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see that. Oh no, Damie's lost his front wing.
Is he?
Yeah. Maybe he was caught up with Miguel Torley then.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, he's got no front wing whatsoever.
Okay, alright, well that's not good. That's not going to go down well.
No. This will surely be a Niche's move here, up to P4. Would have thought. All around the outside of a car with no wing, no thanks. Fair play making that one work, Niche. Damien Kuhn Skipper's now up to 5th, and we'll be lining up Niche soon. These racing points I don't know how they do it. They just they can look like they're having the, I mean, I wouldn't, those first kind of 13, 15 laps when they were down the back, I wouldn't have called them to be back up this high again. Given that they'd stopped as well for wing damage, and they were quite far behind most drivers, but those safety cars and whatnot have brought them back into it, haven't they?
Yeah, true. Yep.
They have a good knack for getting themselves out of tough places and back up to the top. It's good to see Skipper's in a bit of a rhythm now as well, because obviously that was his first points finish last week.
Yeah.
Should be another one hopefully today. Commentator's curse.
You're trying.
Yeah.
Williamson's about to set a new personal best and fastest lap of the race, the 22.0.
Lovely. Yeah. It was only a couple of laps ago, it was 7 seconds, now 12 seconds the gap to that Ferrari.
Oh, Damien Hartman's retired.
Oh, where is
He's
he?
a full safety car now.
Oh, out of Ascari, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, Damie. The driver bites the dust. It's taken a lot of. I wouldn't have called this track to take that many people, if I'm honest.
No.
I know it's dangerous, but like you say, you see that kind of. You see a lot of people retire at the beginning, and then it kind of plateaus out, doesn't it? Normally in this kind of race, but yeah, it's caught a lot of people out today.
Wonder if we're going to see anyone take advantage of this safety car. My suspicion is probably no. Tyres are not that old. They'll want to keep their track positions. I think this is one of the rare moments where pitting under safety car is probably not a good idea.
No. We haven't seen many people do that, have we? In this race.
The only one that might consider doing it really is Sil de Vit, but he's in second place. Oh, and he's doing
he
it.
has done it.
He's coming in. Okay. Okay, right. Sod track position then. But it's a double stack from McLaren.
Oh, okay, interesting. This could work. Maybe could work. Go on, work. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, it makes me proud to be British. Well done, chaps. We'll fight them on the beaches. Fight them in the pit lanes.
Fight them in the garages.
We certainly will. My podium's not looking so bad. We're getting there.
Well, the podium's looking very pink.
Yeah, it is looking very pink. You said Boy Williamson, Nicky and Baz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're both going to get about 66% of the podium. Maybe. I said Sil, Nicky and Aston. Well, it's certainly, I don't think Boy will be very happy with this.
No, not really, no.
But I think well, I don't actually know if he'll be confident anymore now he's got Aston behind him.
The saving grace for Boy is that Aston's on the medium tyre.
Yeah.
And we know that Boy was faster than Aston on the same tyre. I think he won't be too worried.
No.
Yeah, respect to Aston, of course, he's a fantastic driver. But yeah, I don't think Boy's too concerned. But we'll see.
We will see very shortly.
Yeah, I think it was a bad call from the two McLarens because they've lost a lot of track positions. Only 6 laps to go. There's a lot of overtakes they've got to try and do on guys who are very quick and on the soft tyre, and the tyres are not very old.
Yeah, although as we have said, it is an easy track to pass, so if they do get the opportunity, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah.
So
I wonder,
it could swing both ways.
Yeah. I wonder if Nicky Vista is going to do the same thing that Sil did to him.
Or give him a bit of a good brake check. Well, he's got the opportunity to do it, hasn't he?
He has, yeah.
I mean, I like to think he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because that's not.
So
I don't think that's not how Nicky rolls. But equally, you know, I mean, I don't think he will, because at the end of the day, it could just come off worse for both of them.
Mm.
You know, I think when you intentionally try to cause an accident, that's when it's harder than doing it by accident.
Yeah.
Also, I doubt Sil de Vit tried to brake check Nicky, but that's just how it worked.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
They're not dirty boys, are they?
No.
I wonder if we'll be going straight to Singapore after this race. Stay tuned.
I'm going to say yes.
Could be a long night.
Safety car is in this lap. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I didn't. No, I didn't say it. I didn't see it either. But Pit Boy Williamson pulls away, and another good restart from the Ferrari.
Whoa.
Oh. Whoa. What's going on?
Whoa. No, Nicky with a really good restart. Although still's got a very good run on him.
Yeah. It's blimey. He's got obviously all the ERS and all the slipstream to use it.
Oh, has Nicky gone off onto the? No, he hasn't.
No, Nicky left him
anything.
in the space, but I think it what's the word? It it did something. You know, by leaving him in the space, he basically put himself in a bad spot. Is what I'm trying to say, and that's cost him the place in that instance. So Silvervit up to 4th then, which is a good start. That's an overtake done at the first opportunity. Now he's got 3 more drivers to do it.
It's a good clean pass from Still.
Yeah. Yeah, it was nicely done.
The other McLaren then surely going to make the move on Ari. He won't do it into Ascari. He may do it before Parabolica if he gets a good run.
Yeah, I think I'd try and wait until after Parabolica if I could, just to get some DRS.
Yeah.
Some does. Does, curs, and ers.
Should be it.
Yep, stick a ball with him here. DRS open.
Oh,
a good pace in that Williams though. I mean, what's he using? ERS 10? I think they've got that party mode enabled.
Yeah, I think they must have.
That was he didn't even have a chance. He got his wing alongside him. That was about it.
Nisha was in mode 5 and Ari was in mode 2.
Yeah.
Ari was still pulling away.
Did Ari have DRS from Nicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that helped. Oh, a bit of gravel there. That's not going to help his campaign.
I think Ari must be running a 1-1 wing setup.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see, Silvervit still slowly reeling in the wasting points. And Boy Williamson doing well to lead away. Still, he's not looking vulnerable.
Don't forget that Boy's got a 3-second time penalty as well. So.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I didn't forget about that. Do you know if anyone else has got a penalty behind him?
Nicky has and still has.
Nicky and Sil, both 3 seconds each.
Yep. Oh, and Aston. Aston's got 6 seconds.
Oh, damn it.
Skippers has just 3 seconds.
My podium's all out of whack now.
Skippers could win this race.
Has Kuhn got any?
Yeah, he's got 3 seconds.
And Aston's got 6. Boy's got 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Boy doesn't look like he's going to be getting any more. He hasn't had a warning for a good 20 laps. And needs 3 more warnings to get a penalty, so...
Yeah, 4 laps to go now. He's a little bit now, half a second behind the racing point of Kuhn Skippers there.
So I made a mistake. Silvervit has no penalties. Doesn't even have a warning, in fact.
Wow, okay. Adrian, is that you? Yeah, good work.
But he is now exactly 3 seconds behind the leader.
Oh. Come on, Sil. It's on again. I'm on for the win again. Oh, what an up and down race. It's an emotional roller coaster. I can't take it. Oh, that's exciting stuff. Because he's obviously on a soft tyre. He's much quicker than Aston, or you would have thought so anyway. Can he stick within 3 seconds of of Boy and win this?
He's 7/10 faster on that lap.
Go on, Seal.
Now just 7/10 behind Aston.
Yeah. I'm going to put the gap to the leader on for the rest of this race just so we can monitor that. 3 laps to go. That way the viewers can keep an eye on how the win situation's looking.
Another 3-second penalty for Nicky Visser.
Yeah.
Still should make the move here down the start and finish. Aston is about to run out of ERS.
There he goes then, up the inside. DRS flap open. And nicely into P2 Sebastian. Ooh, steady on. Let's keep it together, Sil. You can do it, mate.
Meanwhile, further back, Debris and then Ari Kopp just battling with each other at turn 1.
Nice.
A little bit of wheel to wheel.
Good stuff.
On top.
A bit of a gap now from sort of Nicky back to Niche. These kind of 2 packs. Right together. Baz leading the biggest one here. Baz, Ari, Deeper Vein, Ikma. Miguel Torney's a bit of a lone wolf at the moment. But he is 2 laps down. Not had a great race. Started off well, but then he just got had a couple of moments and it's kind of dropped him back, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna. Yeah. Yeah, let me know when you're out of the library and we'll carry on this stream, shall we? Yeah, okay, I'll be done in a sec. So, the last lap of this race is within 2 seconds of the race leader. Will Sildavin? Can he do it? I'm hoping so, because I'm competitive and I said he would win. And you said Boy would win.
Yeah. I think you've got this one, Dan, because yeah, Boy's got the penalties and still hasn't. We've got yellow flags. That is a...
That's a... Is that a Hass? Is that Deeper Vein?
Deeper Vein.
He's back on track. It's okay. 1.6 seconds is the gap now. Oh, we'll stick a ball with Boy anyway. He's going to cross the line first. And he will initially win the race. For the moment, Roundascari comes for the final time. 53 laps of Temple of Speed. And he's done a mighty fine job from 13th on the grid up to 1st. Great strategy and just a dominant drive from Boy again. This will at least initially be his 4th consecutive win. Boy Williamson comes around the last corner across the finish line. But Sildavit's your winner. In the end, Sildavins. And, you know, Sil's led away from pole. Made the good strategy call in the end, obviously, on the soft tyre, and that's kept him in the running right to the end. And at the end of the day, he's driven cleanly.
Yeah, it's a fantastic drive from Still, and yeah, thoroughly deserving of the win. Win from pole position as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah, led away at the beginning. Really good pace at the start.
Ironically, he hasn't actually led many laps of this race.
No, he hasn't.
He led the first one and the last one.
Yeah, that's what mattered. Yeah. See, in the end, I'm not quite sure he came 3rd because it was Aston for a second, and then I think it was Niche.
Yes.
Was it Niche? Oh, we're going to find out in a second. Yeah, it was. Fantastic. 1-3 from McLaren. So Niche Madrusing, P2 there. Sorry, P3. Boy Williamson, P2.
I take back what I said then about McLaren with their very late pit stop under safety car with 6 to go, and drivers in front were the tyres weren't that old. It was risky, but it paid off, and I've definitely got to remember that for races I do.
Yeah, safety car right at the end, soft tyres, just to go hammer and tong to the end. And there you go, Sildovic, your winner at the end. Boy Williams across the line first, but drops a second with penalties. Another good drive from him nonetheless, and finishes second. Extends that championship lead out by quite some margin this time from Nicky Visser. Nisha Madusing third, great result from him from 17th on the grid. Awesome drive up to the podium for the two McLarens. Racing Point have Aston Eagle Mears and Kuhn Skippers to thank for their 4th and 5th place. Great drive from them as well from sort of further down the field. Basden Brain and Alfa Romeo are 6th. Nicky Visser in the Toro Rosso 7. Ari Kopp in the Williams 8th. Brady Bavane in the Haas 9. His teammate Neil Ziegler finishes behind him in 10th. And Miguel Torney, the final person to finish in 11th place. Damien Hartman, Paul Quarret, Peter Phillip, Guido Urshan, Martin Parder Cooper, Mark Schapper, Zander Herman, John Donkel, Marcel Droning, all not finishing, unfortunately, this race. I felt like singing the 12 Days of Christmas at the end.
You did very well there. And check WhatsApp if you haven't.
Yeah, I have already, and we have agreed, very very last minute, but we have agreed that Nisha Anderson, driver of the day. So massive props to him for a great drive, of course, from 17th on the grid, and he was facing backwards at one point, and now he's third. So great result from him. Obviously, the McLaren's having a great drive. Boy Williamson as well, continuing that run of form. Fastest lap, 19 points. Pulls out a nice lead of, what we're looking at, 13 points. Another 13 points out on Nicky Visser going into round 15 next week at Singapore. I forgot Boy Williamson's name on there. My apologies. Let me change that to Niche for you. There we go. Apologies for the end screen. I did edit one for this race, but forgot to save it as a JPEG, so I can't open it. My apologies. But we will, so the F1 Tonight UK race, which you can see on the bottom, isn't happening next week. They are currently postponed. Their league has been postponed indefinitely for the moment. We hope they'll be racing again soon, but for the moment we're not quite sure when. So ignore that bottom part. They aren't racing again next week, unfortunately. But we'll be back next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. BST UK time, or 8:30 p.m. Central European Standard Time, as I learnt from Adrian a couple of weeks ago. Thank you very much, sir. That's of course the 4th of June, next Thursday, and we'll be here for the Singapore Grand Prix round Marina Bay. I look forward to that one. But anything from you to add at the end there, Adrian?
I just want to give a big shout out to Honey Boo Boo and Mama Jane.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, big shout out to those guys. Great ladies.
Absolutely.
But thanks very much to yourself, Adrian, for joining me as always. Thanks to all the viewers for tuning in and joining us again for another good race around for the Netherlands League. But until next time, it's a Hazzah from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.